Did Nintendo fans who were complaining about rebuying old Virtual Console games, did they hurt us from getting a true Virtual Console on the Switch? So if we go back to during the Wii U, there was a lot of people that were vocal. Sean was vocal on it when we were on the podcast. He was always talking about not wanting to rebuy all these games. Brian Altano from Nintendo Voice Chat, he was very vocal. Like, man, I don't want to buy Mario for the 80th time. Like, enough's enough. And I remember Reggie and Doug Bowser kind of, before the Switch launched, them saying, like, we hear you. We understand you don't want to rebuy these things again. And now we have what is kind of a rental service on these Virtual Console games. We don't own them. If we stop Nintendo Online, we lose these games. And not only that, like, it feels like we get very horribly IV drip these games. Where if you go back to the Wii, you go back to the Wii U, you go back to the 3DS, there was a multitude of games coming out all the time. You know, that were like, it wasn't a huge amount all the time, but like we had a decent amount of games hitting and dropping. What's your thoughts?
Well, now people are rebuying Wii U games. No, I'm kidding. But I think that they should have done a similar selection. I mean, they kind of did that with the NES and Super Nintendo Classic and just gave it to us for free, kind of like what they did. But I never really had a problem with rebuying certain games because it was like I wasn't forced to. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people that are complaining, like, did you really need to get Mario Bros. 3 again?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. I think that I personally think that Nintendo doesn't know what to do with Virtual Console. And it's a shame because, like, Nintendo is like a giant nostalgic company where it's like, this is just easy money for them.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like they're going with the classic console route because, like, would we have the N64 Classic by now? It's just a really weird situation. You go to the Wii U and it's like, I can get any, N64 game and Wii game. And it's just like, this is the first console where it's like, you don't have ties back to the other consoles, it seems.
I mean, there was games on the Wii Virtual Console that I bought. There was games on the Wii U Virtual Console that I rebought. There was games on the 3DS Virtual Console that I rebought. Like, there was games across the board that I continued to buy. And I, at the time, had fully planned on getting an additional memory card just for NES games and filling that thing up and buying as many as I possibly could. Like, I expected to have my own little Virtual Console just library that I could take on the go and I could play at home. And I feel like, I'll be honest with you, like, I feel like I was ripped off a little bit. Like, I feel like people that were complaining hurt what could have been. You know, if they would have just let it go. Like, man, I want to play Earthbound again. I don't want to hook up my Wii U. Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't want to hook up my Wii U. You know? And it's like once I retire a console, I own it. I own the game. Yeah, I could go fire it back up again, but it's convenience.
It's the convenience. It's hard to go back to it.
Yeah, it's the convenience of not having to re hook up stuff. So I just feel like sometimes why are you complaining about things? Just relax. Like, just back off a little bit. Yeah, and it's where we are. It's where we are.
I think personally they should have given us, let's say, like 10 NES, 10 Super Nintendo titles for free, like the major first-party ones. And then they should have been like, hey, Bobby bought Metroid, Bobby bought Earthbound, so now those are automatically, like, in your account. You can download them. But why not give us the whole library? Yeah. Like, and just let us pick and choose what we want. I just don't get why they aren't doing it. I mean, this is year 3 now, and it's not cannibalizing anything.
No, I would be fine if they were to even turn around and go, okay, listen, we know the Switch is going to be around for a very long time. You buy these games this time, and you will never have to buy them again. Like, we will future-proof this in every console we ever put out. Or, like you said, go, hey, we know for a fact that this is tied to your Nintendo account. You've bought this on the Wii U. Hey, give us $2, like a port fee, or $1.
Yeah.
They did that with the Wii. The Wii, they did like a port fee of $1. If you bought the game on the Wii, you paid $1, and you would get it when it came to the Wii U for free. I mean, I would love that. Like, honestly, like I would be like, okay, I'll buy these games, and even though I'm getting them for free on Nintendo Online, the problem is like if I ever canceled Nintendo Online, which I'm not going to, and I know this is kind of like, well, why are you complaining about it? You're just as bad as the people that complained originally, and I get that, and yeah, you're right, I am. But the thing is I just think that, and it would be nice to know that I could take this thing and go and play them anytime. You know, like just go, because, you know, not only that, like I think if I'm not mistaken, you have to have online because it checks to see if you have Nintendo Online active. Yeah. So if you don't have online, can you really even play these games? I've never tried that. I don't know.
So let's break this down for a second. Why do you think, honestly, they don't have a full-fledged virtual console? Is it they're still figuring the service out? Is it like why? I just don't get it.
So I know a couple years ago that when I had gone to E3, I had met a couple of Nintendo reps, and there were some complaints being thrown at them about how things were taking a while to get done. Meaning, hey man, I submitted a game, we put a trailer to go up on the screen, the trailer's not there, there's some typos on the buying page, like I can't get anybody to answer. And the answer given was, we're very short-staffed. We didn't honestly, we didn't expect things to explode the way they have, and we are very overwhelmed. But man, we're talking 3 years later, and it's like, are you so focused on this? You have tunnel vision. You can't see other things that should be getting done. Like, it's almost like, hey man, this is what we need. Let's build a team. Go work on it. Like, how do you not have a virtual console team at this point? How do you have a team that just goes, okay, we're going to literally port our entire library? Like, why is the entire library not available on this thing? And I'm not talking NES. I'm talking NES, SNES, Virtual Boy, DS, Game Boy. Like, dude, they could be making money hand over fist.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Especially in the quote-unquote drought that we're in. Like, it would help out a little bit.
It would.
And it's frustrating, too, because they have great ideas. It's like, the fact that you and I right now could turn on Tecmo Bowl, play it online, like a old retro game like that. Yeah. Like, there's some great great ideas with it. It's just like, big question mark.
Yeah.
So
I don't need all that online functionality for my games.
Yeah, I just want
to be able to play it, man. I just want to be able to get in, play, have a good time, enjoy it with whoever or by myself, and just put, like, I would love to play a lot of these games that, and I don't know whether some of it has to do with licensing, but just give me the Nintendo games.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be nice to just be able to go in and play, like I said, Earthbound, or, you know, Earthbound 1 or Earthbound Beginnings or whatever games that they put out. Like, it would be really fun.